All right, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. My name is Vipul Nagrath, and I am a Senior Vice President at ADP. I am currently the head of product development for a product we have called ADP Workforce Now. It's one of the world's largest all-in-one human capital management systems. I joined ADP in 2015, and for the first 4 years, I was our global CIO and had responsibility for all of our infrastructure and operations. So my full tenure at ADP, I've been working with AWS, and it's been a great relationship. So today I'm going to talk to you about how ADP, as a global leader in the HCM or human capital management space, is designing, building, and delivering HCM solutions and tools to help keep the world of work moving forward, even as our landscape continues to shift and evolve around us. We'll take a look under the hood at our approach to innovation, some of our newest solutions designed to create more connected, inclusive environments, and how AWS makes it all possible. And here's a little hint, it's all about data. So our perception of work has shifted. It's taken on a brand new shape. It's flexible, it's fluid, and it's still in motion. It's changing at a rate that's almost hard to follow. What is clear, however, is that now more than ever, our employees, the real people that show up at work every day, are the most critical drivers to our success. So it's imperative that we empower and support our employees. We remove barriers to progress and carve out pathways for opportunity for everyone. So at ADP, we know how to help our clients do just this, because we truly see businesses and their workers in all stages of the journey, from hire to retire, from freelance to full-time. We have visibility into decisions being made and actions being taken practically in real time, and all this is thanks to our data. And that means that we're exceptionally well positioned to help businesses navigate challenges that come along with these shifting expectations. New approaches to how we work, business pressures, all as a result of our evolving work environments. So we're accelerating our innovation to match this transformation that's happening in the workplace. So we can meet our clients in the moments that matter and help them in the future as well, and anticipate what's next. And we're doing all this by exploring what our data has to say, what it has to say about the changing needs of workers today and tomorrow. Now, the new realities of work reflect a growing need for companies to prioritize an employee-centric culture, where workers are not just supported, but their needs and their ideas are heard and valued while making business decisions. Now, here's a simple but stunning fact that you see over here. This stat we have from our ADP Research Institute: 64%, or almost 2/3, of workers would consider looking for a new job if they had to return to the worksite full-time. Now, that's a lot of people that value flexibility in how and where they work. And it's a telling look. It's a telling look into what's most important to our workforce today. And it's just one example of the emerging pressures that businesses are facing as they look to hire, develop, and retain talent, develop and engage their teams. Insights like these from our Research Institute, our thought leaders, and global experts, on top of the incredible amount of data we have from our clients, enable us to create real opportunities for leaders to improve everyone's experience in the workplace. So let's talk about that data. Now at ADP, we pay 1 in 6 Americans and nearly 39 million people around the globe. We move more than $3.1 trillion of funds annually That's nearly 10% of the US GDP. And we do all this in more than just payroll. We have the industry's largest workforce data set, aggregated and anonymized. We have this data from more than 30 million employees that covers a range of different pay and HR metrics like compensation, overtime rates, and attrition. And I know you're waiting for it, right? And this is where AWS comes in. As a data company, we need to streamline and democratize access to all this data. Now here's a very, very high-level overview of what we do with that data. And in a few minutes, I'll provide more details. The diagram here shows how we innovate and create products in a secure manner. The Amazon API Gateway and Global Data Platform enable our tech platforms to serve up remarkable workforce data and people insights. Now, all this data represents stories and interactions, real ways for us to center the whole human experience in the workplace as we design and develop new tools and solutions. Now, these tools and solutions help employees contribute more meaningfully to their organizations and also empower them to make more more effectively engage with their leaders and peers. This way they can feel engaged and fulfilled by the work that they're doing. Now, we know this level of enhanced employee experience isn't just a trend. It's critical and it's here to stay. We have an enormous responsibility to our 1 million clients to enable the best possible future of work for their teams, for their leaders, and for each and every one of their employees. Now let's talk about how we develop our solutions. Now ADP has proven ability to not only understand the workplace needs, but anticipate and flex as they evolve. We've been doing this for over 70 years. Our approach to innovation starts with our workforce data. That feeds our research insights. Those insights inform our interactions and relationships with our clients. And our clients have a massive influence on our product design. Their usage and all the associated data that comes along with it helps us build more meaning and value into the solutions and into our solutions and services. As that feedback cycle continues, the data gets even more powerful, enabling us and our clients to make more thoughtful strategic decisions as we move forward. Now let's look at how this rich data empowers ADP solutions specifically. Whether we're building for employees, managers, or HR practitioners, data plays a huge part. And it's more than just payroll. We use data to create smarter, more inclusive, and connected experiences in the workplace, like helping businesses accelerate their DE&I strategy and mission. The more insights they have into their workplace, the better decisions they can make around key actions that shape their own organization's diversity outcomes, like hiring, promotions, compensation, turnover, and retention. Now, while data is at the foundation of everything we do, as ADP, data is our middle name, our machine learning that is trained on that data really brings our products to the next level. It helps us optimize and enhance our solutions, and our clients feel the difference in many and multiple ways. Their workload is simplified and reduced, so they have more time in their day to focus on matters most to them, both at work and at home. They're making clearer, more confident decisions supported by our data and insights, and putting tools in the hands of their employees to help them thrive and do more of their best work. Now, understanding how we use the data and the sources from which we obtain it, that's key to our machine learning model development. All of our data, including in our machine learning models, all that data is monitored for its quality and accuracy, as well as for changes that could alter those desired outcomes. Now that machine learning is helping us to accelerate innovation by reducing the time required for this process-driven work. Now we're always looking to improve experiences in the workplace, and that means focusing on the whole human experience and its complexity. Now, what do we mean by the whole human experience? There's the worker experience, things like career growth, wellness, and simplified workplace experience. And then there's things like of the workplace experience, such as inclusion, team development, and elevated HR decision-making. Now at ADP, we support both the worker experience and the workplace experience. And we help employees with their careers, their health plans, their financial wellness, HR, and payroll. We know that the better the experience that the employees have, the more engaged and connected and valued they feel. So far I've been talking about ADP and our data philosophy and our client approach. Now I'm going to take a quick minute here and talk about some of our architectural items. So I want to explain, and I want to take a minute to explain how AWS has helped us streamline and securely access our data. So our ADP Data Cloud helps our clients understand how they're using that data, and we're always using the latest data and information and data points. We collect, we catalog, and make available data from our own systems, from external partners, and even public sources, and all of that is stored in S3, and we use Databricks for our big data processing. With MLOps, we provide a full end-to-end process to design, build, and manage reproducible, testable, and evolvable machine learning-powered software. Our solution also uses SageMaker for personalized recommendations for our clients' needs. Our clients have access to accurate and fresh data provided by a platform that speeds up development and ensures security all at the same time. This means that they can feel confident that they're making smart, data-driven decisions to support and empower their leaders and workers. Now, with so much data, it's important to use it in the most effective ways possible. So at ADP, we believe in 4 guiding principles when designing impactful new product experiences. So we believe that things must be intuitive, insightful, personal, and proactive. Intuitive design helps clients get things done faster. This means finding and surfacing the right things, like meaningful data and reports, at the right time within the right context. It also means simplifying workflows and leveraging what we call intelligent self-service to proactively support employees and practitioners before issues even come up. And we'll take a look at intelligent self-service a little bit more in depth in a moment. Our second principle is insightful, meaning products are infused with trusted insights and ADP benchmarks to help clients make informed and confident decisions. Now, shown here is our team retention dashboard. This is where clients can access insights and recommendations around diversity, equity, inclusion, skills comparisons, and other metrics. All these insights are captured by comparing similar teams at similar companies. So as an example, this dashboard here helps businesses create a growth-oriented, equitable workforce and ensure they're retaining talent. Our third guiding principle is personal. This means finding and surfacing the right things, like truly meaningful data and meaningful actions at the right time, at the right context. Features are tailored to what clients need and what their employees do, based on their unique workflow journeys within their own companies. Whether it's accessing benefits or pay or time off information from the ADP mobile app, the experience is simple, adaptive, and unique to each person. Now, our fourth principle is data needs to be proactive. Our data needs to be able to learn and identify ways to remove tasks from a client's plate. And remove it for good, which means creating experiences that adapt to the way that workers interact with our technology at ADP. Now, remember those numbers from a few minutes ago? We have the industry's largest workforce database from over 30 million employees. We're leveraging real-life data to identify ways to improve things like product utilization, adoption, and insights. Now, you may have heard of predictive or prescriptive analytics before, and what we're talking about is a little bit different. What we're talking about here is a little bit different. We're seeking to proactively identify unnecessary work. Like in this example, this is it's a common HR issue, but it actually takes multiple steps to correct something as routine as someone missing a time punch. And we want to eliminate it for good. Now let's also dive a little bit deeper into how we apply these design principles. We'll start with how we help our clients build inclusive work environments. It's a critical topic for our clients and key for company growth. Workplace success and fostering a culture of connection. ADP has developed several tools and solutions to help businesses do just this. Now, a great use case for us is something we call the ADP Voice of the Employee. It's a data-driven tool for employee feedback and inclusivity. And where we are today in today's workplace, it's never been more important to create a workplace where employees feel valued and connected to their work. Voice of the Employee utilizes our researched, reviewed survey templates that can be quickly configured and customized to cover a range of topics, including employee engagement, HR experience, new hire onboarding, and candidate experience, benefit satisfaction, as well as actually even employee exits. Now, in early 2021, we launched our DE&I dashboards. These dashboards help organizations filter their organization filter their workforce by race, ethnicity, gender, age band, veteran, and disability status. Now, our clients have used insights from this data to understand diversity gaps within their organizations and drive meaningful change. Now, there are 4 pillars to our DE&I model. Think of this as our framework to help our clients pursue their DE&I goals. First, we help companies assess their diversity situation, then compare themselves to the industry and set goals. Second, ADP helps companies plan and understand their talent landscape and what their hiring approaches should be. Next, we help companies take action and correct pay equity gaps. And then finally, we help companies improve their current DE&I situation. Businesses can proactively gauge their feelings of inclusion and overall work environment over time from their employees. Now, to do so, we've developed multiple DE&I solutions aligned to each pillar. So our DE&I dashboards and benchmarks help clients assess their diversity situation and then take action. Reaching DE&I goals, well, quite frankly, has never been easier. Our talent and market insights with skills-based hiring and demographic data helps clients plan their workforce by understanding their talent landscape, what skills are available, and their ability to develop new acquisition approaches. Pay equity storyboards using benchmark compensation data enables clients to act and correct pay equity gaps, along with alternate scenarios based on budget availability, location, and job groups. Now again, the ADP Research Institute's psychometrically validated inclusion surveys via Voice of the Employee that I just spoke about helps our clients improve. These surveys proactively gauge team feelings of inclusion, and the overall work environment. Now, for companies that want greater insights about pay equity within their organizations, we built something that we call the Pay Equity Storyboard. The Pay Equity Storyboard calculates equity gaps for different groups using a company's own data, as well as compensation benchmarks. And these benchmarks are accumulated over 9,000 different jobs that we track. Now, it is a complex issue, but it's a way for people to see their situation, analyze that data, and make appropriate changes for their specific organization. We're still in the early adoption phases, but in a few months, we've already seen some pretty amazing results. Now, this is a real example over here where you're seeing for every $1 that a male earns in this organization, there's only 95 cents being earned by females. Now, using this pay equity storyboard, we've had already over 1,000 clients use a storyboard, with 75% of them showing positive improvement. On average, each company that used a storyboard had an impact of $1.4 million across the company, turning out to about a $5,000 per employee increase in pay for where the gap existed. And here's what's truly amazing. Even just over this first set, in aggregate, $1.1 billion has been returned to these communities. So this impact has been dramatic on people's lives, and it's been amazing to see. Now, another tool that we've developed to help with managing talent and compensation benchmarking is our Talent Market Insights. This tool allows users to explore talent availability, skills, compensation, turnover, time to fill roles, and diversity information. A user can go into our system and search by job title, and then the tool displays the list of skills needed for that job. Then we can say what roles are needed and actually have job postings and candidate resumes that match up with those. Talent Market Insights show how many workers are in a given job title and where they're located around the country. Plus, there's also salary, turnover, and demographic data for that job. So this tool helps companies better develop their talent pool and again, achieve their DE&I goals at the same time. So now I've talked to you about some of our solutions, talked to you about data. Now let's pivot to some of our other solutions that we at ADP deliver. And I will also mix in here with how AWS infrastructure and how AWS services have helped make all of these possible. So I want to first discuss one of our newer products. We call it Roll by ADP. Now, Roll by ADP is an AI-driven, chat-based payroll app for small businesses. It's a first of a kind of its solution. There's no training, no implementation necessary. Running payroll can actually be done in the same day that a company signs up. It's pretty easy, and we like to say it's payroll in under a minute. Now, the architecture over here, I'm not going to show you a diagram because, quite frankly, this is a very dynamic architecture. So Roll by ADP is built fully on AWS and fully on AWS services. It was built from the ground up as an event-based architecture. Each task that's performed by a user or by the role system is an event. Events like hire, change salary, or run payroll. Now, these events can also be chained together. So, as an example, if an owner executes a payroll run, it will actually chain the execution of multiple paychecks and notify all the employees. This architecture is fully implemented as serverless on Lambda, and each event is a function. We use SQS to perform chaining between the events, and for the data access, we have implemented a GraphQL that abstracts our data sources and also enforces authorization and also a bitemporal view of that data. We've also implemented machine learning as a core component of role. We've implemented serverless SageMaker, which takes care of our natural language processing for the role chat, which is our Q&A engine for answers to chat questions that our customers may have, and it provides insights on events. Now, another solution I want to talk to you about is our ADP mobile app. Now, across our client base, in the last year alone, we've had 2.8 billion logins to the ADP mobile app. It's available in 46 countries, in 28 languages, and the ADP mobile app is the number 8 most downloaded business app in the Apple App Store. Some of the architectural components I want to highlight here is that the ADP mobile app was built as fully in AWS as a native cloud application, and again, using a similar serverless first approach. It's a global application, right now currently deployed in multiple regions in the US and EMEA. Now, with its serverless first approach, new features are designed using microservices written in Lambda as much as possible. Now, when we have features that cannot be written using serverless components, we fall back to Docker and ECS Fargate. Now, ADP Mobile is fully operational in AWS, and it's being deployed in multiple zones and regions. And a cool thing is that with our pay-per-use model, because of serverless and managed services, that facilitates for our application to be deployed in multiple regions without actually having a big impact on cost, because it's truly dynamic. Now, the new mobile application, it's designed as an offline-first application. We use GraphQL and AWS Sync. This increases our resiliency, this increases our performance, and so what we do is we store data local to the app, and once the device is connected and syncing with AWS, then all the data moves. And we're also in the process of implementing CloudFront as our CDN. Now, I also want to pivot a bit to another solution that we've launched in the last 10 months, which focuses on the traditional space of HR service delivery. Now, traditionally, to address HR issues, the market has taken on an approach that starts with case management. We have a slightly different view on it. We think that misses the point. Resolving problems before they occur is what the goal should be, not afterwards. So we've analyzed millions of interactions with our products to identify the problems that commonly occur, and we've created experiences to address these frustrating high-volume issues. The result is what we call ADP Intelligent Self-Service. Now, this tool, we believe, even for us, is estimated to significantly reduce case volume by as much as we believe it'll be 36% in just the next 18 months alone. And that's not just for us directly, that means for all of our clients. Now, by taking care of repetitive, predictable issues that employees face, ADP Self-Service allows managers and practitioners to better support their teams. Powered by machine learning, the tool solves employee issues before a manager or an HR practitioner even gets engaged. It taps into our data, and we identify to preempt common HR problems. Intelligent self-service greatly enhances the client experience and reduces employee frustrations. It provides proactive issue resolution to address issues in HR, payroll, benefits, and time, eliminating a lot of low-value tasks. Let's take a look at this. So one piece of intelligent self-service is what we call action cards. Our action cards leverage billions of logins to proactively surface what matters to employees. So for an example, an action card notices that in this case, right, an employee forgot to punch out before the end of their pay period. Instead of just leaving that, the employee is guided through some simple workflows to solve that punch out issue. A support case isn't created, It's not something that we have to wait till the end of the pay period saying, hey, we have missing punches and we can't process payroll. And by doing this, we're far more proactive. Another component of ADP Intelligent Self-Service is our virtual assistant chatbot. Now, the chatbot predicts and suggests actions to guide employees and help them along their journey. And it's personalized for that company's policies. So an example, if an employee just added a new dependent to their benefits plan, the chatbot is smart enough to suggest that, hey, maybe that employee should also update their W-4 form. Now, through predictive capabilities, the chatbot is also able to recommend actions. So for instance, if an employee is interacting with a chatbot and checking on their paid time off balances, the chatbot may automatically ask, well, now that you've checked on that, would you actually like to go schedule your time off? And the third piece is policy personalization. So our action cards and the chatbot are actually personalized to that company's policies and local regulations. So if they don't make sense over there, the chatbot won't use them. Now, again, if we look at some of the architectural components we have over here, we have a dashboard that uses a combination of analytics and AI services to present personalized user experiences. We surface the most relevant data and insights to the user based on their information, based on the day and the time of their access. The tools that we use with AWS over here, we have GraphQL APIs. They're implemented with AWS AppSync and serverless microservices in Lambda. AWS Personalize to render a personalized dashboard for the user, presenting the most relevant action cards and recommended actions. Now, our ADP chatbot can access data from a variety of different systems to record and answer questions. Our chatbot supports multiple languages by utilizing Amazon Translate. Now let's take a look at the product that I'm responsible for, ADP's Workforce Now. Now, ADP Workforce Now is the world's largest all-in-one human capital management system. This platform includes things such as HR, payroll, time, benefits, learning, compensation, recruitment, succession planning, and others. We have over 90,000 clients using this platform with over 14 million people paid monthly. And this is it's a North American solution on a single database, serving employees from everything from hire to retire. Now, we do service clients with a client size with as few as 6 employees, all the way up to clients with multiple thousands of employees. So it's an incredibly versatile platform of clients of varying sizes. Now, ADP Workforce Now uses an API layer for all requests that come through. These requests go through our load balancers and then into our EKS cluster. Now, within our EKS cluster, we have hundreds of microservices that are running. All of these microservices are then grouped together in node clusters. Now, one of the services I like to call out is our real-time payroll engine. This engine continuously calculates payroll as events are processed in real time. So, as an example, when an employee clocks in for the day, an event is dropped onto Kafka. That event is stored by our continuous calculation payroll engine. Later in the day, when the employee clocks out, that event triggers a payroll calculation, and that payroll is calculated at the employee and full company level in real time. All of this information is stored on Aurora PostgreSQL. We sync it back using Elastic Cache and Elasticsearch, and we utilize our Elasticsearch at login time to provide system and data access privileges to each and every user coming into the system. I also want to cover and talk to you about ADP Learning. Now, in our industry, it's an expectation that that any all-in-one HCM system has a learning management system as part of its platform. Look, it's critical to invest in people with ongoing career development and learning. So for this reason, we built an LMS for our clients to be able to deliver personalized content to their employees. And again, it's available both on desktop and mobile. And again, taking a look at some of the architectural components over here, our LMS, our learning solution, is a self-contained, extensible learning management system that can be integrated with all of our ADP HCM platforms. It's built on a tech stack using Quarkus and Stencil.js and Postgres. It is AWS Cloud Native, and it integrates back to all of our ADP Enterprise APIs and our ADP Data Cloud services. The learning system itself uses services like Aurora, Postgres, EKS, MKS, OpenSearch, CloudFront, DMS, and S3. Now, finally, what I want to discuss with you today is, or show you today, is a system we call our ADP NextGen HCM. This HCM system is targeted squarely at the enterprise space, so the largest of our clients. Today, we have 25 clients live on this system. The average size of each client is about 4,000 employees. Our live clients are already using HR, payroll, benchmarking, workforce management, benefits, and other talent capabilities. Now, we've heard from our client base that they see big improvements in eliminating manual processes, resulting in big time savings for their HR and management teams. As an example, one of our clients is an agricultural supply chain organization who was the first to use our compensation planning capabilities. After rolling it out to their employees, the client shared with us that the management process itself was a massive win for their leaders and for HR. And they basically came back and said, oh, that was simple. Is that all I have to do? Now, the architecture itself is a little bit more unique, a little different than some of our other solutions. Now, the platform itself addresses fundamental shortcomings that we've seen in other competitive HCM solutions. In other solutions, there's a failure to meet the employee expectations because the systems themselves can be inflexible, impersonal, or difficult and expensive to extend. So our approach is to have an adaptable tech stack, and we use a low-code development environment. This makes it easy for global organizations to adapt and scale their HCM solution, as well as manage agile team-based structures. And again, our platform here uses a cloud-native architecture. We utilize graph databases and dynamic teams. Our tech stack is designed to extend globally, be adaptable, and enable agility. Our cloud-native architecture includes zero downtime deployments, multi-tenancy, and best-in-class security. Our graph database captures and manages agile team-based structures and adapts with ease. It understands how workers interact with their organization and enables our clients to build more teams like their best teams. So our low-code development environment means we have an ever-growing ecosystem of mini apps. Rather than having large, rigid, one-size-fits-all modules, this allows for easy, bespoke customization for each of our clients. And our mini apps allow for local and country localization capabilities. And this provides an affordable extension by rapid development of new mini apps and new integrations for that company's specific needs. So I'd like to wrap up over here today. I want to reiterate how we, ADP, are devoted to developing solutions that meet the unique needs of all our clients. With rich data at our disposal, our solutions are helping our clients thrive and excel. And by partnering with AWS, we can serve up this data to clients in transformative and insightful ways. We're always looking to create better, more connected experiences for the workplace, to focus on the future of work. And with AWS as our side, as a key partner, we know we can. So I want to thank you today for attending this session. It's been my pleasure to be with you here today, and I'm actually going to call Naman onto the stage to join me.
Hey everyone, I'm Numan Ahmed. I am ADP's strategic account manager for nearly 4 years now, working on our relationship management with Vipul and ADP. So really insightful, always great to see all the evolution and the innovation ADP is embarking on with AWS. I hope everyone's enjoying the conference so far. So Vipul, one of the commonalities that I observed throughout the different multitude of products that ADP offers, whether it's HR, payroll, benefits, time, is the consistencies in the architecture. So can you speak a little bit about that?
Sure. So look, one of the things that we've worked heavily with AWS is building good frameworks. And once we found a framework that works well, we actually, basically replicate it through our multiple different divisions and our multiple applications and services that we offer. At the end of the day, if you find something that works, replicate it, keep using it. Don't go back and reinvent the wheel and have a bespoke solution for each and every product or every service that we're offering.
Got it. Yeah. So have those repeatable patterns and almost use it as a plug and play type of mechanism.
Yep.
I'll move on to another question around really employee centricity. We're always very client and customer focused at AWS. So very interesting with the new modern workplace about being employee centric. There are priorities around flexibility, collaboration, and how folks can achieve better productivity at home, at work, both. So what are some of the things companies are doing with the insights they're gathering and how they're responding?
Yeah, look, I think it's hugely important that companies are focused on that employee engagement. And part of that engagement, as you mentioned, is flexibility, right? Now, this is feedback that's coming back from employees and saying that if you want us to be productive in your organizations, this is what we need. And if you offer up and meet basically the employees for their needs, in the end, I think it ends up really helping the organizations themselves, right? They're going to have higher retention. Those organizations are going to have a more engaged workforce. As they have a more engaged workforce, they're probably going to have higher profits as well too. So it's a good virtuous circle. But I think you've got to listen to the front lines, the people who are actually doing the work.
Feedback loops are incredibly important. Value those at Amazon, as you know. Just last question, really around, so you showed us how ADP has responded to this through solutioning the pay equity storyboard and other tools, the voice of the employee and such, to really helping customers achieve greater diversity, equity, inclusion, right? So tell me and talk to me a little bit about how ADP is doing this with customers, just the role of ADP. Are you just turning it on and providing as a service, or what's really ADP's role in the journey of it?
Yeah, actually, no, we're not. We're not just giving these products and solutions say what they are. We also offer professional services. Again, when you go through our 4-star process over there, we will sit and help a company analyze their data, help them make a plan forward, and consult with them. At the end of the day, it's a company's responsibility to implement these things and get them in place. However, with everything that we see, all the data that we have, and it's real empirical data, right? This isn't survey data, this is empirical data. We see what people are actually doing. We're able to then basically offer in a very consultative manner back to our clients. This is how you can make a plan. Just so I can assess your situation, you understand the data, make a plan, implement it, and then actually achieve greater results because of it.
Awesome. Well, Vipul, thank you for your time today. Thanks for walking us through that. I want to thank everybody in the audience for spending the morning with us. Thank you for being a reInvent, and on behalf of Amazon Web Services, I appreciate your time and enjoy the conference.